When was the last time you stopped and asked yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I where I'm at in life? Am I doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting to get a different result? Am I living a life with no direction but expect to get somewhere? Have you taken any time to do any self-reflection? And our video today is all about self-reflection. Have you taken time out to basically just understand your journey? Self-reflection is an intentional process of taking time out of your life to look inwards and be able to reflect on your current status, your journey, how you've got to where you are now, and if it's working for you. Examine your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, because without knowing, we repeat our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions more often than we even realize. So being able to reflect will allow you to sit down and really take into account what is happening with your life. And this process is most useful, especially when you feel stuck. Especially when you feel like you keep trying and trying and trying and you're not getting anywhere. Take time out to reflect on your journey. Take time out to reflect on your actions. Take time out to reflect on your feelings. And most importantly, take time out to reflect on your thoughts. Because as I said on my previous video, everything begins with your thoughts. So if you can reflect on your thoughts and what situation they've got you to now, you'd be able to then change your thoughts. That power of positive self-talk. Self-reflection is more than just overthinking. It's a process of finding clarity, and it's a process of structured practice for insight and growth. Why does self-reflection matter? It helps to increase your self-awareness, which in turn allows you to build better relationships with people around you and yourself. It helps you to spot patterns such as habits, triggers, beliefs that hold you back. And it's linked to improved emotional intelligence as well as resilience. And we've just recently done a video on resilience. So what does self-reflection look like? I will go through some steps or some questions you can ask yourself towards the end of the video. Self-reflection. I've used this practice over and over again, only because when I find myself in a place that I'm not moving forward, the best thing to have a look at is yesterday. When I was faced with something similar, how did I cope with that? How did I deal with that? And the more you practice this, the stronger you'll become with regards to making decisions that help you to move forward, as well as reflecting constantly to have that self-awareness of, actually, I remember 3 years ago, I was faced with this same situation and I was able to overcome that. How did I overcome it? But sometimes it's easy to forget the past. Sometimes the past just seems like, yeah, yesterday's gone, you forget about it. But then today you're faced with something that you've been faced with before, but you've forgotten how you dealt with it previously. So self-reflection is that key to unlock that past and be like, how did I deal with this before? Self-reflection also helps with relationships. If you keep finding yourself in an unhappy place in a relationship, you can use the tool of self-reflection to be like, how did I get here? And how can I avoid being in this same place in the future? And this is relationships with your employers, your colleagues, your life partner, your friends. Self-reflection. And the beauty of this is sometimes you just self-reflect and you find yourself speaking out loud and you're like, wait a minute, I remember this has happened before, but I've always responded to it in this way. This time round, I'm going to try and respond to it this way. And it would feel uncomfortable the first time you're trying a different way to respond to a situation. But once you see the result are different from what you've always experienced, voila. You start to understand the power of self-reflection and not just living life day by day, just going forward and not learning from your yesterday. I don't know if there's a specific way that you're supposed to self-reflect. I have just made up my own way of self-reflecting, and that's just taking a notebook once in a while and just assessing, okay, this is the year, we're in this year, I'm this age, what did I want to achieve by this age? Have I achieved what I wanted to achieve? If not, why not? My relationships, what are they like? Am I making time for the people I want to spend more time with? And that for me is something that I find that I struggle with quite a lot, making time for people that I want to actually spend time with. And you can get caught up in busy life, trying to build a life for yourself and personal development, trying to grow, trying to be the best version of yourself. But it's important not to forget the people, your loved ones who are around you, because there's nothing greater than this present moment. So with everything that comes with personal development and when you're trying to grow, you're going to have obstacles come about. Self-reflecting, I ain't got time for that. You might find yourself saying, I don't have time to do that. Well, sit down and think about yesterday and think about last year. It's important. It's going to be an obstacle that you may face. So it's important to know now before you start the process. Make time. Make time. Wouldn't it be better if you're spending your today doing something greater than yesterday? Would it not be better seeing progress when you look back? You look back at last year and you say, wow, I was in such a terrible place, but now I'm in a better place. Isn't that like a great feeling to have when you're reflecting? And self-reflection is about curiosity. It's about you asking yourself, what happened then? How can I change my now so it's better than back then, than yesterday, than last year, than 5 years ago? Rather than judging yourself and saying, oh, look at you, last year you were in the same situation, you're still going through the same situation. It's not about judgment, and you're not going to do yourself any favors if you spend the time judging yourself. Positive self-talk. Turn that situation that wasn't good into a good one, so that when you're looking back, you're able to see where you've come from. When you reflect, you can clearly see what you need to do going forward to avoid a similar outcome that was not good. One of the major obstacles is fear of what you may discover when you look back. Overcome it. Overcome it. Growth starts with honesty. Be honest with yourself. It's your life, your journey, your story. Be honest with yourself so that you can create the best version of your story. And I had to be honest with myself to get to the place of writing the book about financial struggle and the lack of financial literacy. I had to be honest with myself so that the future outcome is better. And when I reflect back now, I'm able to say, my gosh, I'm so grateful I'm not there anymore. I'm not where I want to be, but I am in a much better place than I was then. And nothing happens overnight. No improvement happens overnight, but the decision to change happens in a split second. The decision to say, that is what my past looked like. I'm not going to allow my future to look the same. Split seconds. It's a decision. Next step, action. But it's that decision to decide. You just decide, this is no longer going to happen. My past is not going to be my future. But self-reflection is that key to get that conversation started in your mind. Simple questions that can help you to start your self-reflection are just looking at today. Sit down with a journal, a notebook, and just start asking yourself, how was today? What made me really happy today? What did I enjoy doing the most today? What did I not like today? Did I act according to my values and my beliefs today? If not, what caused me to step out of what I know to be true to me? I know that might have been a bit quick, so you can just pause and finish writing them down. Those are just some questions to help you get started. To continue, what am I proud of this week, today? What have I achieved or accomplished that's made me feel really proud? What challenges have I faced and how did I overcome them? And questions like that will help you to, when you look back, when you reflect, you'll remember the challenges that you face and how you overcome them. If I could redo a moment from this week, from last week, what would it be? If I had any setbacks yesterday, last week, today, how have I managed to overcome the setbacks? And the more you do this practice, the more you'll be able to remember how you dealt with the issue last time and how you can then deal with the issue again this time. Questions you can ask yourself are endless. And the whole point is, even though you're asking yourself these things today, take the opportunity to add to it if you can. Have I felt like this previously? Was there a time that I had the same or similar challenge previously? And you would be able to actually capture that moment that, oh my gosh, I remember 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I had a similar issue like I did today. How did I overcome it? Or did I overcome it? If I didn't, today I'm going to choose to overcome it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Agnes Wanja. Do subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share the video, like the video, and I hope to see you on my next video.